this is the website we're going to be creating. This is just a simple landing page with all this menu here. As you can see, they changed color as I hover over them, and they have some certain feature. So let's jump into it. Hi, I'm Raph from Raph Edutech. In this video, we're going to be creating a beautiful landing page, which was one of my projects I work on. We're going to be working on it together. We're going to be following the step-by-step procedure in creating a landing page. And this project is a simple project. And if you're interested to follow along, you can just get the resources from the link below and just follow along with the course. But before then, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you. There are a few things we need in the project. First of all, we need our editor, the editor which we can type in our codes. So my preferred editor is the Visual Studio Code. So if you don't have the Visual Studio Code installed on your machine, just go to Chrome, open your Chrome, then type in Visual Studio Code. Then maybe you see Visual Studio Code download. Then, but don't forget, make sure you go to the main site so that you won't have issue with your download and some other things. Okay, so let's find it. Okay, here you can see it here. It's written here, code.visualstudio.com. This one here. Just click on download, and it will take you to their page, the main site. You can see it here. They have it for Mac, they have it for Linux, they have it for Windows. So any machine you are using, this Visual Studio Code can work on it. Whether you're using a Mac, you're using a Linux, or you're using Windows, is for you. So it's coming. It's taking a while because of my network connection. It's coming. It is coming. It's coming. Let's just wait small for it. It's almost there. Okay, so as you can see, you see different options here. Download Visual Studio Code, free and build on open source. So it's a free editor. It is not something you pay for. You don't pay anything for it. So it's just free. You can code other things with it. So we are going to make. I usually make use of this Visual Studio Code. So if you want to follow along, you can use other editors like Sublime Text. Some people usually use Notepad, something like that. But the one I use is the Visual Studio Code. So if you come here, you can see here Windows. If you're using a Windows, you can click on this. You can see other operating systems. The Unix operating system. You can see the Debian, the Ubuntu, the Red Hat, all of them. They are all different operating systems. You can see here the Mac. We have the Mac operating system. So if you're using the Windows, just click on Windows. Mine is wasting time because of my network. My service is down. So this is how to download it. So from here now you can download it. Say thanks for downloading. So it's not downloaded. So I will just skip the process because I have it on my machine already. It's just simple to download. Just go there, click on download, follow the procedures, what they ask you, and you are ready to go. Okay, so so after downloading the Visual Studio Code, so just launch it. So just click on the Visual Studio Code to launch it. Visual Studio Code. Let's go. Okay, so it's coming, it's loading. Let's just wait for a few minutes. If you just download it, it will just take some time to open because of some certain installation is doing at the background, something like that. So it's coming. You just give it a few minutes before we conclude. Why are you wasting my time? Why are you wasting my time? Come on. Okay. Is bad. Okay, so after all your installations and the procedures you follow, like me, I choose the dark theme. You see different options to choose the theme you want to use, either the dark theme or the light theme. So from there you can choose your own theme you want to use. Understand? So theme is basically like how you want to be viewing your text. So if you choose the white theme, that's the light, the white theme. Like let's say for example you're making use of Facebook. You know, Facebook have two options there where you ask you to choose the dark theme or the light theme. So what I'm using now is the dark theme because of I prefer the dark theme because of like visual issues. Because sometimes I might be coding the night, something like that, and I don't need too much light coming to my face when I'm like coding. So I prefer the dark because it just keeps things nice, and my color is black actually, so I love black. So I just prefer the black. So now we have just launched Visual Studio Code, so it's not downloading our machine. And there are some certain things that I want for us to download. Although we can make use of our browser to view our edition or to editing, but we like for us to get something that will make it more easier. Like something that as we are typing, we'll be seeing what we are typing in real time. We'll be like changing in real time without us going to the browser and refreshing the browser. So you guys go to extensions, click on extension. This place here is the extension. You can see written here, extension. Click on it. It's coming. Okay. So here now, I've downloaded it already. What you are going to search, you just go to the search bar and type in live server. So like here now, you just type in live server. Live server. Okay, here is it. So just click on this one, and you see that I've downloaded it already. So mine is already downloaded on my machine. So what this thing basically does is that as you are coding, as you are typing, immediately just save your document, like Ctrl S, just save your document on your environment, your Visual Studio environment. Automatically on your browser, it will refresh, showing that thing you just saved. So you don't need to go to your browser again and continue clicking on refresh normally. So that's what the live server does. And you can launch your browser within your code area. Yeah, like you are coding something, instead of you to close it and go to your browser, open this in this, open it in this, just from there, just click on live, go live, and just rush up and you start seeing what you are doing. So this live server it really comes in handy and is a good tool. So this is the one I use, this live server by Richwick there. Launch a development local service with live reload feature. Yeah, as you can see it, local service with live reload, immediate reload features to static and dynamic pages. So this is what basically happened. As you can see here, this video they show here, as they're changing the stuff here, is affecting here automatically without any need to go to the browser to refresh. So this is what we need. This is another tool we need. So after the Visual Studio Code, inside the Studio Code, you go to your extension, this place here, this button here that my mouse is hovering over. This is what we call the extension here. You click on extension, then you type in live server and download the live server. It won't take you much MB, just small file on an app. So we are true about the live server. So let's go back to our document. Close live server. Did I just close it? Sure. Wow. So basically, this page we are going to do now, you need something like a folder to save your work in. So already I've created a folder for this project. So as you can see here, I created a folder. I call it video 1.5. I just give it any name, a random name. Then inside this folder, I paste some of my pictures and my logo I'm going to use. So basically what is there is just the hero picture. That's for the hero session. Then also I have the logo. Yeah, this is the hero session. And this is the logo we plan on using. So it's what is basically saved in this folder for now till we start creating our pages and other stuff. So we go to our Visual Studio Code. Where is she? Where is she? She just shut down. I don't know what's going on with her, but I think my machine is having some issues. Small issues. My machine is mad. Okay, so just coming. Let's wait for her. Sorry for that. I don't know. My area is noisy. I don't know if you can hear me right now, but my area is noisy. So let's continue. Okay, so here now, what we're going basically, this is a welcome stream. This is what you see after you have done all the procedures and choose your team. So what we're going to do here now, we're going to open that folder because everything is going to be code in that folder. So now we're going to go here, go to file. You can see here this new file. If you want to create a new file, you click on new file. Then here new window. Open file. If you want to open a file that is already in your system. But now what we want to do, we want to open our folder. So you can see here open folder. Click open folder. Then we save. I think this was saved on desktop, right? So let's go to desktop. Here's it, video 1.5. Yeah, just this file. Don't choose the image file because all of them are together. The image file is on its own, then this file is on its own. Like if you have multiple pages, like people usually do, they'll create different files. Let's say you have different HTML files and different CSS files. So they'll create one folder for HTML, one folder for CSS, and another folder for the images. But our own way, we don't need much files and more folder. So we're just going to create a basic landing page. So just click here. Click on it. Yes, select folder. Here, click here. Select folder. So our folder has opened. So what we want to create in this our folder, and I want to create our first file. So our first file, we are basically going just to go here, where you see this beside your video, covered near that side, you see something popping out. As I go up, you can see disappear as I go there, come out, as I go near, come out, as I go near, come out. You can see these things here. This one is to create a new file. This one is to create a new folder. This one is to refresh. This one is to collapse folder in Explorer. So what we want to do now, we don't need folders. We only need this from files because we're just going to create a basic landing page. So what we're going to do here, we're going to click on new file. And the first file we're going to create is our HTML file, the file we're going to use to do the skeleton of the website. Don't forget what's HTML, the skeleton of the website. So let's give it index dot. Don't forget the extension. I always remind people about the extension because once you forget the extension, you start looking around like, what's going on with my code? You get the course, but you won't know because you made a mistake in the extension. So always be careful with the extension and make sure that there is something that will pop out now from here after I've added the extension. If that thing is not showing, know that your extension is not correct. Check your extension again. Maybe instead of HTML, you put HTML. Then you can change it from there. If that thing didn't show, that bracket, the less than the greater than bracket didn't show here, know that your extension is wrong. So dot HTML. As you can see, it has shown here, which means I'm right. I just created an HTML document. It means I just created an HTML document. So you press enter. So this is our first file. So let's close this get started. We don't need it anymore. Okay, shortcut for this to just paste everything because I hate like typing everything from the beginning. Doc type HTML, meta this, that, header this. I don't like typing such things. I just like going straight to the point and just rush ahead. But if you're interested and you want to like start from there, you can go ahead. You're free. So what I usually make use of, I hold down shift on the keyboard. I'm using Windows, so you hold down the shift key. You press on the exclamatory mark. That's one. Hold down the shift and press on one. Then you press enter. Automatically, everything appears without you having to like kill yourself, like move around, like, oh, I need to type this, without typing all this long stuff. So I just find it more handy because I'm lazy also. Yeah, I'm lazy. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is to change the title of our document. Like I said, the title is your domain. It's basically what to show when they use that, what the user will search for. Like if the user search with that name, it will be referenced. The user will not be referred to your website. So just like when you are creating the title, make it specific, make it based on what you are creating. So let's make it this thing we are creating now. We are creating it for a e-learning company. Something, let's say e-learning site, something like that. Like user can go in and just register and do some certain stuff. So like a computer institution. So let's give it okay, let's create this now for our YouTube channel. Let's say we have an e-learning platform. I want to create a website for it. So this might be our landing page. So let's create it for it. So let's give it Raph Edutech. Am I right? No, sorry. EDUTECH. Raph Edutech. So this is basically our site name. Okay, so let's continue. So now we're in the body. So the first thing we need to create now, we want to create, in the website we have what we call the header. The header of the site. So we want to create the header. We want to create it's basically a box, like how will I say it now? It's basically a box that contains the menus, those boxes that contain the menus. So we want to create the header. So come here, we'll create what we call the header section. So in this video, we're going to be looking at it based on sessions. We're going to create different sessions with different IDs. Like each session represent a whole different aspect of the website. So for the header, we're going to create a session. So you just open it, section, enter, you close it. Okay. If you don't know the basic of HTML, like you don't know how we are moving all our hands and moving all these things, just watch, I think, the last 2 videos or so, and you have a good knowledge of what we're doing here. So it's just that simple. You can just like come back and start taking it from the ground root, although it's for beginners, but it will kind of make the videos too long. So we're just trying to make rush things. So you can all watch that thing and you see how we apply our tags, how we form HTML tag. All these things are tags. This section is a tag. So let's give it an ID. To give it an ID, right? ID. One thing about Visual Studio Code, it automatically show you some things, some preference, some like, okay, is it this you're talking about? Is it this you want to use? So since ID is highlighted, click on ID. Let's give it a ID name of header. Enter. Then inside this our header, we want to paste in our logo first. So to put in our logo, we need to create a section. Let me not put it as section. Like simply, this section is a box. We created a box, a big box. And we don't want for the logo to be mixed up with other content in this box now. Like you have a box and you want to put an egg into the box, you want to put in detergents like Omo, all this. You want to put in different things, soap, tissue, and other things in the box. Normally, if you just pour all of them in the box to mix together, and you'll be having some issues with like separating them. Understand? Like you putting sand and how would I put it? Putting a cup of rice or a bag of rice, mixing it with sand is how it simply is. So we cannot just like start inputting everything into this section. So this section is not the carton. So we're trying to like separate those things box by box. So for that, we need to create our logo in a box so that we'll not mix with any other thing in the section. So for that, we give it a div. To give it a div, just press full stop. Full stop. Then type in the class name, the name of the div, the name we want to give to the div. So let's give it logo and enter. So automatically create a div. Then in this thing now, we want to make our logo responsive. Like if we click on our logo, we'll take you back to the beginning of the site, like the first page. In case if we create many pages in the future, like we create multi pages, like the home page, everything, we have to complete them in the future. So we want to create a div now. This div now, a link, so that if you click on it, it can take you back to that store. So what we're going to do here, first of all, yeah, that's great. Let's go. So what we're going to do here, inside this div, we're going to create we're actually working on this thing together. So as I'm thinking, you are thinking also. But I really want to move my hands because you're not here to make the decision. So I'm the decision maker. Okay, let's leave this. It's really the dev. I'm thinking about leaving the dev. Okay, we don't need the dev actually, because this logo will just place it by the side, just take it to the end of the screen and just run what we are running. So what we need here now is to create a link tag, because we want to make this thing a responsive stuff that when we click on it here. So we open it. Sorry about that. Open it. Give a space. href. Enter. So we're trying to create a link now. And we want for this link to do nothing. Just take us back to the home page. If you want to write index.html, so I will just make you click on it to take you back to the same page. But if you don't want for it to do anything, just for it to just refresh to the normal page, just give it a hashtag. So just give it hash. So just give it hash. I can't delete this. Okay, just give it hash. Just give it hash. Sorry. Just give it hash. Okay. Then after the hash now, we have created the link. So we want to place in the logo now within the link. So we close this first. Then we'll now open and type image. Now try to that img. Enter. Then put the source where you want to get the image from. So this image basically means you are calling on an image. You are creating an image tag, a tag where image will be applied. All of them have their own specific, like creating paragraph now. It means you want to type in paragraph. So this image tag now means you are trying to import in. If you want to impute an image into your site. So img, src, that's for source. I see it is already highlighted here. Then you type in where you want to get the image from. So for me, it's in a folder. So let's go here. You can see here. Open here. You can see it's an image, and under image you have this logo.png. So first of all, we're going to give reference to the image. So as image will be image. Okay, so here image yeah / you can see it's already here. Let's go down to logo.png, or you can just type in logo.png. Okay, then after it, don't forget you have to close your image tag. So for closing your image tag, you just close the tag okay. So we have created the image. So now if you know you have downloaded that go live, you'll be somewhere, the go live will be highlighted somewhere below your screen. As you can see on my screen here, you can see it here, go live. So after installing that thing, you see it here. So let's click on go live and see 100s. Let's see how it's coming on. Let's wait for it. So we're about going live. Excuse me. what's going on? It's supposed to show. Let's check what's going on with our code. We have save, created session, this thing. What's going on with our code? Sorry, my machine is having some issues. Okay, so you can see what is happening here. So we just created the logo, like the site logo. So if you click on it, nothing happens. You just refresh the page, take it back to the main page. So this is what we just created. So let's continue with our coding and see what we can do. Okay, so after this, okay, now I want to create our links. Okay, still in that same session, we want to create a link. For this link now, we need a div. We need a box, so we just give it div. Enter. Then inside the div, we create our list tag. So to create list, you just hold down your shift, open your list name, and you type in, open your tag bracket, something like that. Then type in UL. Then for this UL now, I want to give it an ID. I want to identify an ID. You know what an ID does now? Like a class. Just specify it. So that if you are styling, you make use of the ID to style. So we're giving an ID of navbar. Okay. Then we close the ID. Then inside the list now, we create our list. So simple hack, just press hello I, then press times. We want to create need home, about, service, contact. Home, about, service, contact. So we need like 4. So times 4. Enter. So we just created 4 lists. Then in this list now, we need to create our link. This is a list already, but we need to create a link inside our list. So we'll just open a. We'll put our href. Don't forget for creating list. Link equals. Open a double quote. Sorry, double quote. I made a mistake. Double quote. Sorry. Where is my double quote, bro? Okay, double quote. Double quote. What's wrong with my quote? href. href. What's going on with it? I don't know what's going on with my keyboard. I'm having some issues with my keyboard. So that would be okay. I've seen where my double quote is. My keyboard is having some issues. So href equals okay, that's open already. Okay, so let's bring it back and go inside. Then if you use place now, this is where we want to create a home page. So just type in home.html. So if you create any other page, if you want to create any other page so that you reference it as the home can be just this index.html, sorry, because it's the name of our document. Home is basically the first page of the website. So we just make it index.html. You can see it's already here. Then outside this thing now, we close it so that we type in the main name. We close it. Then inside our A tag, we type in home. Let's make it in capital letter. So let's on the caps, give it home, HOME. Okay, so let's just copy this and we'll change some certain things in it. So copy here. So Ctrl+C here. Hold down Shift and see what will happen. What was that stuff we usually use again? I've forgotten. No. Control. Let's see if it works. Okay. Okay, use Alt. Then use Ctrl P to paste it in all of them. Just hold down the Alt key on your keyboard, or for Windows, just click on those places you want to apply, then you just click on apply. Then here we want to change here from index, because here is going to be our I think let's make it our blog page. So we are going to give it blog.html. So we can create a page. Sorry, I don't like writing them in capital letter because I will forget. So give it blog.html. Then here can give here let's make here about.html. Then here you give services. Do you need services? Services.html. Okay, then let's change these homes. If not, if we go back to our page, all of them there will be home. So let's change here to blog on your caps. I'm not writing them in. Although we can style them in the HTML document normally, like applying some styles there, and everything there will be changed to capital letter, but I just love doing this. Don't know why. So blog here will not be what about. If you want to write about us, but just like keeping it simple, not too much text like flowing everywhere, like so weird. If in my own opinion, I make use of icons like to simplify it, not even okay. But let's continue. So here we make it services. Okay, so we have 4. It's 4. Okay, let's just copy here and make another one. Ctrl C, enter, Ctrl V it. Let's make here oh sorry, written it exactly written for school. So let's put here so we put in row. So after adding our weight, that's our body, we have added weight to our body. So what we're basically going to do here now is not to reference our header. We've created a section called header, so we want to edit that section presently now. It's not the section we're working on. So what we're going to do is we just reference that header, and don't forget the header was created with an ID. There's a difference between class. If you create it with a class, you do dot, you write the extension, that will be dot header. But we didn't create it as a class. We didn't create it with a class. I think somewhere if you overrun here will tell you. You can see it here. Dot header as a class. You can see it written there class. Well, let's say we change this dot now to hash. Let's see. It's also written class, but this now basically means that our header now is no more a class, it's not a word ID. Since we use ID to create a header, don't forget, see it here. ID, create header. So if you go here, we have to use ID to create it also, to create our extension. What's this saying? Error in my code. Let's continue, please. Don't mind this before. Okay, so I'll open the bracket. Then what I'm going to do here is type, since it's like this, our site is somehow tagged, so let's go and free up some certain stuff. So I'll go to header, type in display flex, just to display it in a single line. This flex means giving a direction how it will be displayed, all the contents in that section will be displayed. So basically in this display flex, automatically it form a row. All of them will be aligned in a row, a single row. You can also change it to column if you want to, but we are going to make use of the rule for this one here. So display flex, then we're going to align our content. That's align items center. So just go to center, click enter. Then justify content space in between. So just give it space between. Okay, Ctrl X, we save it. Save it. Then we'll go back to our Ctrl X, save. Go back to our side. It's like this our stuff is not working. What's going on? Oh, sorry, we didn't save the HTML. So just file, save, or sorry, not save as. File, save. What's going on with this? I don't think this is my code. So let's run live again. Let's click the portal and run it again and see what's going on. Okay, let's run it again. Just reference the header now. HTML, that's the same thing. And I put the hashtag. Basically, what's going on with it? What's going on? Yeah. Let's copy this header and see if I make a mistake. Anything here. I'll be Ctrl C. Ctrl V. With the hashtag. Here. Ctrl S. Let's see what's going on here. It's not still changing. Okay. What's actually going on with my code? We are calling. What's going on? Code, please. CSS. Oh, sorry about that. That's one of the mistakes we make, but I don't know if it's everybody, but I usually make. So this our HTML and CSS style sheet now, they are not yet linked, so that's why I was not affecting anything here. Sorry about that. So to link it, sorry, go to the edit in the head, then we create our link. It's a link, then right here, rel, you can see it here, rel, style, SHEET, not sheets, sheet only, because if it's not rightfully typed, it won't be linked. So href, then we'll call in our style.css. CSS. Okay, Ctrl S. So far, save. Okay. So if we go there now, something will happen. Okay. So that was a mistake we made. So as you can see now, they have now changed. So all those things have been applied. So our links are here, but it's not that well organized. So we're going to organize it in a minute. So let's go back to our code. Okay, don't forget this our link is in something we created I think an ID for our link, that's navbar. So let's copy the navbar and edit some things on it. Let's see what we can do. Ctrl C. So there's an ID. We'll make use of the hashtag, give it hash, So hash Ctrl V, open it, enter. Okay, so the first thing to type here, we give it a display. Display display flex. Let's give it flex also. Can have align items, center. Let's give it center. Center is okay for it. Center. Then give it justify content. Let's give it center also. Ctrl S. Let's see what the change did. This thing, we need to give it a padding. That's padding left and right and top and bottom. Let's give it padding and top and bottom. So for that, we have to go to the head, the right padding. First of all, first one is going to be 20 pixels, then 80 pixels, 20 pixels, then 80 pixels. Okay, Ctrl S. Let's go back and see what we did here. Okay, so we have given a padding. Then the next thing we're going to do now is like we're going to give it a color, so that will be separate from the page. So I think about the color, and there's a color I choose for our header. That's basically our brown color. So it's what we're going to use for our header, put our header and footer. So we're just going to give it color, background color, then just type in this code. So just type in the code 3F 3D 5C. So this is just this dark gray color, somehow like a gray, something blue, gray, something blue. Okay, so Ctrl S, and when we view, our color is now applied. So we're not through here with our link, so we're still creating our link. So let's just continue from where we stop. Okay, so let's give it a box shadow. That's a box shadow. Let's enter. Let's give the box shadow. The box shadow 0 5 pixels 15 pixels. Then we give it an RGB color. That'll be RGB. Then the red, should we make it somehow red, or let me give it something? Okay, let's give it a 0. Give it a 0. Give it 0. Give the blue also 0. And let's give here 0.0.2, something like that. We work 0.8. Sorry, get this in. Ctrl S. Let's see how it looks. So, okay, see our box shadow. So Our box shadow is okay. I think it's pretty. So let's continue with what we're doing. Okay. So we are progressing actually. Okay, then we have created our nav, we have done the nav. So now we want to like edit the nav now. So we given a center, just our content to be center. Then we need to remove, like if you go to the nav now, you can see some certain all these bullet points, all these bullets. So we need to remove them from there. So for removing them, don't forget, we reference our ID first, copy this, enter, you paste it, Ctrl V. Then don't forget, we're not targeting the bullet points, and the bullet points is within the list. This now is for the UL, where the bullet point is for the list. So we're not going to reference the list by writing LI after it. So this simply means that every list inside an ID called navbar should be edited this way. Understand? So specifying the ID, then adding the list on it, as you can see here. Element ID navbar, and inside that navbar, every list that is inside the navbar, there is the spread the code for it, what is going to be applied on it. So on the back here, I will give it list type. I want to remove that list type. Sorry, list type here. You can see it here. No, we don't want to give it any style. Okay, Ctrl S. Then we want to also give it a padding. Give it a padding. Give it a padding. 0. First one will be 0. Last top and bottom 0. Then in left and right will be 20 px. That's 20 pixels. Then Ctrl S. Then if we go back to our side, you can see now it's now separated. You can see them here. They're all now separated. They look nice now, like a real site. Okay, so that's rolled out. So let's continue with what we are doing. Okay, so how is this guy popping up? So we have just decided and arranged our this thing. So we want to remove the lines. As you can look here, see here, you see lines under our tags. We want to remove all this line. So for removing the line, we have to reference, copy this one now, copy this, Ctrl C, then you paste it here, just enter, you paste, Ctrl V, then you add our, don't forget the lines are applied on the angle tag, sorry, yeah, the link tag, this A tag, the lines are applied on it, that's the link tag. So after, first of all, reference the list to remove that border. So now we want to remove the lines, we have to reference the tag which you use, that's the link tag, this A. So come to here and give it A, type A, then open our curly bracket, and we start, then we move that line from there by saying text decoration. Make text decoration to be, let's make it none, let me default the bullet point, no. Then we give it a font, let's give it a font size of 15 pixels, no, make it 16, so 16 px, Ctrl S. So if we go back to our site, you can see, have we saved? Let me see if we have saved. Ctrl S, we have saved, okay. Sorry about that. So you can see the links, all those lines that are on below the links are all gone. So you cannot really see this thing clear. So we're going to change the color in a bit by giving the color. So let's go back to our link, go back to our code, sorry. And under here, Just give it color. Then let's give it white. I actually wanted to try a color. Let me see if this color will work out for it. Hash. Then you type in FD8 FO3. It's a shouty color, so some shouty 03. Let's see if this color will work out for us. So go back here. Look cute. It's like we're going to leave the color. It's okay for us. It's okay. I love the way it's looking like well arranged and it. So let's just leave it at that. So this is the color we're going to make use of. Okay. So let's give it a font width. We need a weight also. So let's give it a weight. So below the font size, just like give it font weight. Let's give it 600. Control S. Control S. Okay, so this weight is okay for us. Plays with what we are seeing. All these things we have been doing, we are just creating a beautiful header. So this is the header we have been creating, and I think it's cute. So let's continue with the header. Before then, the other sections will be very easy. We just paste and just go ahead and do some certain styling also. So it won't be something difficult for us. Okay, so now we want to create a hover effect on this stuff we just created now. We want to create hover effect so that if you hover over it, it will change its color. So what we are going to do, we are going to copy this here now. We're going to copy here, from here to copy. Ctrl Z, go back to your position, bro. Don't face me. So we're going to Ctrl Z, go back to your position is what I say. So copy here, Ctrl C, enter, Ctrl V. Then we are going to add a pseudo selector, and that pseudo selector we are going to use is what we call the hover. So here we're going to write hover. Okay, open our sorry, curly brackets, not this bracket. Then what we are going to type here, we're going to give a command to the hover. So if you hover, we want to see, basically the only thing we want to change in this hover is the color. So we want to change the color. So that our color now should be, let's make it white. Let's make it white. Ctrl X. So if you hover here, you can see it's changing to white. So this is the hover effect we have created on our side. So this is basically the hover effect we have created. Okay, so this, as you can see, as I'm hovering up over it, is changing to white. Each one I move to, it changes to white. So that's for the hover effect. Okay, so let's go back to our code and do some certain stuff. And you can see this hover is like it's happening too fast. As your hand is moving towards it, it will just change immediately. It's happening too fast. So we want to make it a little bit slow so that it will look more fun. So we go here to that our knife list before the hover. Then add a transition. And our transition will be 0.3 sec. Transition should be what? 0.3. Let me make it 0.4. 0.4 x. That sec is just x. And write ease. E-A-S. E. is Ctrl S. So if we go back to our site, we try our hovering. As you see, it's changing. Like, make sure our mouse touch it before we change. As you can see, so this how cute our hover is now. Before it was just like anyone would just touch. Like now you see, as we're moving, it's not changing. It's not changing till we like keep our hand closer to it for a long time, then it will begin to like change hover effect. So that's for putting on the hover effect. Okay. So the next thing we are going to look at, since we have created the hover effect and other, I want to create what we call, I want to make use of the selectors to create what we call the after. Like when we hover, anyone we click on, a line will be showing up below that nav we click on. So for doing that, go to our code. We're going to make use of another pseudo selector called the after. Okay. So for that, let's just copy here. Copy this. Ctrl C. Enter. Ctrl V. Then change this hover now. Change this over. First of all, I want to make it active. Change this over to active. Although we have not created a selector called active or a class called active, but we're going to reference them that very soon. So just give it here dot active. ACTIVE. Then this active, just copy this active. Control C. Let's go to our HTML document and paste it in. Hopefully our home page should always be active. That effect we are going to add now, that underline, hopefully to be only on our home page should be always active till any other link is clicked. So come here, inside here, you give it a class. You give it a class, then we paste in. So the problem we're having here with our code was we didn't put our comma here. We're now, there's what we call adding 2 to 3 ID or selectors together to style them in the same style. So you're supposed to add a comma here to indicate that there are 2 different ID or selectors we are trying to reference. Because if we didn't put this comma, it would just be as if this line and this hash navbar and this hash navbar, they are in one line. So we need to put a comma to like demarcate them. So we will put our comma. I will save, Ctrl S, and let's go and check. Okay, as you can see, so the hover effect is now applied, and the first one is always active. That's why we use the class, the active class, as you can see here, dot active. If you go to your HTML file, you see it here, the home page. Here is it, the home page is active. The extension, the class there is what? Active. So that's why it's always active, it's always white. So that's what we did here. So you can see it's active. Then if you hover over the other ones, it changes, color changes to white. So except for our link, because this is not going to be active, don't want to like play around with this. So here's how it is. So the next thing to do here, we want to make use of a pseudo selector or a pseudo element, something like that. Okay, and the pseudo element we're going to be using is what we call the after pseudo element. This element basically, like if you go to our website now, basically if you apply this element we're about to apply now, if you are on the blog page, if you click on blog, that element will be under the blog. It's like a straight line, just a line under the blog. It will just be halfway under the blog. It won't be that far. So that's what we want to create, so that any page you are on will be highlighted. Just like if you just type in a link using your HTML file, that blue line you see online. So it's the same line we want to apply under this our tags here, our menu. The line we want to apply under these menus. So we apply this in a minute. So let's go back to our code. So we'll go here. And here we copy this active class. We copy it. Copy this active class here. So Ctrl C, enter, Ctrl V. Then after that active class, we're then going to add our pseudo elements. That will be column. Make use of column when identifying the pseudo element. Sorry. That will be column, because we are talking about the pseudo element. You know, there's a difference between pseudo selectors and element. So click here. Okay. Then we create our curly bracket, enter. And when you're working with pseudo elements, you must apply what we call a content. It can be empty, but just you have to apply a content before accomplishing what you are typing. So we write content, okay, then open our quotation mark. You have to open the quotation mark, and you can leave it open if you want to. So setting of just okay. Okay, so we have added our content. Then enter, give it a weight. Give it a weight of 30%. 30%. You give it a height. Give it a height of 2 pixels. Sorry. Give the height of 2 pixels. Then give it a, let's give the background color because for it to change. And the background color we're going to give it is the same background of the one that bears our active link. So we'll give it the background color. Background color. We make it our active link color that as well. Make it of white. So let's make it white. Okay. Then we'll give it a position. Absolute. Then we'll give it a button. Give it a button of -4 pixels. -4 pixels. And give it left, because I want to walk around the left side of it. Okay, give it left 20 pixels. So let's see. So Ctrl S, we have saved. Then we go to our website to see what's going on. As you can see, it's now there. You can see this link here. You can see it under here. But now it's now applied. It's not applied under the home page only. So we want for it to be applied under all of them. Let's give it let's include the weight. I think the weight is too small for our liking. So let's give it weight of, let's check 40. Ctrl S. See what happened to it. Let's increase it more. I want for the weight to extend there. Okay, what can we do now? So we have the height is okay. We don't need to change height. Should we give it 50%? Ctrl S. It's pretty good. Well, let's try and change some stuff. Bottom, left, let me make left 30 and see what happens. It's moving towards the left. If you make it left. So let's make here. Let's change this left to right and see what will happen. Here. Yes. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so I think it's pretty cool. We can also increase the weight also. Let's make it 60. So if you make it 60, let's check it again and see. I think it's okay. If you want to, you can like make this 20 also, 20 pixels. So sorry, 20. Then make here, because I just like it to be bigger. Make here 70. Ctrl S. Then check it again and see what it will give us. Okay, it's pretty. I think it's okay. It's okay for now. One of the issues that I have is, most of the issue people have is this position relative. Like this position relative now, if it's not applied under the nav link, that's the nav list. You coming here now to apply this thing, your after will be highlighted. So let's, for example, remove this position as a relative here. Let's remove it and see what happens. So I'll just Ctrl exit, Ctrl S, then refresh my page. Okay, let me check it again. I need to do something. Where was it? Ctrl B. Where will I remove it now? There's a place I'm supposed to touch. I want to show you something. Although we are right on what we are doing, I want to just see here. See that my Edutech. Go to X. As you can see, it's extended. So that's one of the issues. You have to make sure your stuff are all in order. Position relative and position absolute. Okay. So that's for that. Okay, now, so we want to like any link we hover over should have this after selector. Any link we hover over wants to have that after selector. So let's try and do something. So to do that, let's copy this over and paste it here also. Then apply this after and see what will happen. So copy over, the one of over, copy it, Ctrl C, give a command, don't forget our command, that's the thing where you have an issue with. We Ctrl V, and we add our selector, pseudo element, something like that. Ctrl X. So let's go back and see what happens. So if I hover here, you can see as the color changes to white, this line is also active under it, as you can see, and increases and decreases based on the size of the text. The survey is longer, you can see the line is longer here. Contact is longer, you can see the line is longer here. About us is longer, blog is longer. So let's, for example, want to inspect this website. Let's inspect and see what's going on. Okay. So here we have the elements. body. Then I think we're in the header section. The header, the links, here's my list. Okay, this is my list. Then under my list, I have my active. That's my first link is active. As you can see there, it says active. Then I think something's supposed to have something for me. Okay, these are all my stuff, navbar links, and we are starting with the navbar. The list, let's check here. List okay, so let's go back and I want to see more about this stuff I did here. Text correction, column, they are applied here, so that's for it. You can see it here after, but after is there, that's this. These are after, and these are our. You continue going through it, you see this one is the one that appears after, it's the one that appears after, like normally. But as you hover, using hover now, you now access the other after on all of the pages. So that's for it. So I think it's printing and is so let's now, since we have two the nav and other things, let's create another session. Let's close down this session. What's going on here? Let's close down this session and open another session. This session we're going to open now is going to be for our hero. That's basically what will be shown on this page here. And others, they make use of like transparent header. So if you want, you can make use of transparent header. So, but this is how I just feel like styling mine. So let's create another section. So this is the first section we created. So enter, then we call it section. Then inside our section, let's give it an ID. ID equals quotation mark. Let's give it hero. And in this our hero now. Let's create some stuff. So the first thing we need some text to be displayed on our hero section. So for doing that, we create different font sizes and font family, something like a font size. Yeah, basically size. We won't play around with the family, just font size. Then we add our picture, that's our background image. Our background image, we're going to apply based on CSS. We're not going to apply based on HTML. We're going to use CSS to apply it. So you can come here. Okay, so let's make it. Let's give this our text now a placeholder. Sorry for saying placeholder, no, it's not placeholder. But let's give it a div. That will be text. Enter. Create a div for it. Then enter. Or there's no need of creating a div for this, because if you create a div now, there will be some certain. So let's leave it like this. So what we're going to do now, we're going to give it different font size. So here, when we'll be talking about the things we are doing in our website. So the first one is supposed to be like, I like for the first one to be like bold, just a bigger text. So I'll give it H1. So I'll give it H1. And in that H1, I will type education. Sorry, I like to do it like this. Education for under it, I want to give it a subtitle. So my subtitle now will be, let me give it an H. H to be okay. Let me find something like H3. Readers and then learners are read. Readers and readers. Okay. Then under it here, I'll just give it the paragraph. And forgive my paragraph because I'm going to make use of Lauren. Lauren, I'm calling you. Come on. I'll just get rid of some text because it's not all of them I need. Just a simple text. Then if you want, I feel like adding some breakpoints, so I'll just give it here break, BR, close it. So I'll just break the text. Basically, if you wish here, you just break, and this other place will start from the next line. So let's Ctrl S it, and let's view it. Okay, as you can see, so this text is now applied on our website. So we're going to be styling this text. So first of all, let's go. Since these are IDs, so just copy our ID. This ID here. This is actually an ID, but I made a mistake by not placing it in this right position. Ctrl X, Ctrl V. So this is an ID, so we'll copy this our ID. Ctrl C. Go to our style sheet. Then below, we'll reference our ID. So it's an ID, we make use of the hashtag. So that'll be hash. That'll be hash. That'll be hash. Hash. We'll open two terminals. Remember? What's happening to my hashtag is what's going on? Now the hash, Ctrl V for our hero session. Basically, we want to apply our image on that hero session. So we just look at this and just enter. Then we give it background image. Give it a URL, and our URL. I see if you go here, we have what we call the image folder, and inside you have email 2 recovery PNG. The name is so long also, but we just like tap it in. So first of all, we have to reference our image folder. So the image slash, yeah, you can see it here, email 2. Okay, we'll come to S. So if you go here, I shall save it, and then we did save. So go here. So we save up, Ctrl S, save up. What's going? Ctrl S, my friend. So if you go back to the site now, where is she? Where did she enter? What's going on? We just apply our image here and we can see her. What's going on again? Let's check what's going on. Session hero. So the issue we have been trying to solve have been solved finally. So I have my image now, so let's just continue with my stuff. Okay, so let's see our progress so far. So let's go here, run live server. Let's just see our progress. Okay, so these are progress, this is where we stop. And another thing, okay, let's just continue, then I will show you what I want to change in this stuff. Okay, so first of all, we create our hero section. Okay, this is our hero section. So let's start our hero section. So since this hero is an ID, we copy it. I was having an issue with the background image. Just find out something that happened to it, and mistakenly it was deleted from my system. Well, at least I'm back now with new. Okay, so this is our hero. So the first thing to add here, we give it a they give it a background image. There's background image URL. Then the image we're going to give it is actually in our image folder here. Place it in the image folder. Okay, so this one I'm going to give it, so that will be is in a folder, so it will be image. We call the folder first, give it / sorry, what can I do? Cancel, sorry, it's supposed to be typing it here, not here. So open it, sorry, open. Okay, so image / image.png, that's this one. Control Z. Okay, so we have applied our image, but first we need to give it a height and a weight. So we give it a height. Let's make our height 80 VH. That's 80% of the screen. The height. I don't want it to be that long that we have to like screw up and down. So 80 VH. Then we'll give it a weight. I like for the weight to be like very, very interesting. So we'll give it a weight of 100%. I think 100% will be okay for our weight. Then that gives the paragraph position. So we just type background position. Actually, I'm standing recording this video, which is very, very painful. I give it center. Okay. So the next thing here, we have to give the background size. Don't forget we're doing this thing together. I have to give it size so that we know where it can contain in the area. So we're going to give it cover. Don't forget to cover the whole screen. That's our hero. Our hero should cover the whole screen. The whole screen should be covered. So give it cover. Then give it position relative. I just feel like giving it position relative. I just feel like. Okay. So Ctrl S. Let's check our progress. Okay. So this is the image I actually picked. And because of this image, I was planning on adding another stuff here because the image and the header, they don't match together. Look, since this is a pink background, I just got this background randomly from a random site, something like that, because my other background got missing. So since this is a image that has this color, so I just feel like giving it a color that would like match somehow to this one. So let's go and change our navbar. Where is it? 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 Okay, where is it? Background color. Let's just remove this one. I've copied already, so just click Ctrl V. Sorry. Let's give it a pink. Sorry about that. It was just reminding me that my time is up from the video. Ctrl S. So let's check it again. As you wow. So it's not beautiful. So we just change everything. I think we should remove this box shadow. Is it okay like that? Okay. It looks nice, sharp. So we'll just leave it and just continue what we're doing. Well, what if we change the color? This color now. This color look weird. This is it orange or what? So let's see if we can change the color, that orange color. So here is it. There's our text color, our navbar list, and our ID, and sorry, our angle type. So let's change it to what should we make it now? Let's make it blue. So we just match up, and let's just, for fun, let's just try and choose another type of blue. I think that blue that we saw on the website there, and our background image is cute. I don't know how we match it up now. This is one of the tricks I use to get a color that I don't have the code for. So this is more lights, like a sky blue. So let's see if we can give it the sky blue. Sky. Let's go to the sky. It's more greenish. Okay, let's see. Ctrl S. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so it's kind of pretty. It's kind of pretty. So the next thing I want to do here. So we have had this session, but actually I have some icons I want to like add below just to make it simple. So since we have started this one at the hero session, let's go back here and maybe we'll call in our icons. So don't worry, after we'll come back to the text. Also, let's start the text first. So we're here now. So we want to start the text separately from our hero session. We don't want to make mess around with our hero session. So let's start the text separately. So starting the text separately, you have to add a def. So give it a class name of dot. They give it text. Then enter. Copy this. Paste it at the end of the text. Ctrl X to cut. Enter. Ctrl V. So it's not in a div. Our text now are not in div, so we can start it from here. Okay. So we'll go back to our code. Go back to our CSS. To call the text. Enter. To text. Next thing. Then we'll give it. Let's give it display. Should we give it display? Display. Let's give it display flex. Justify content. Let's give it align first. Align. Align item. Let's make it center. Justify content. Justify content. Let's make it. No, center is okay. Center. Ctrl S. So let's check our progress. So I'm going to save our file. Save all. Wow, it's very, very stressful standing. Okay. So this is how our text look. Okay, since it's like this, do we remove our box shadow? I didn't think so. Let's go back and like, I think that should be the flex display. It alters everything. So let me flex for now. So what I'm going to do now, let's give it text align. That'll be text align. Let's give it right. Ctrl S, and let's see what happened to it after we align it. Okay, sorry, it's not right, it's going to be left. Sorry if I don't know how I remember. I'm sorry about that. Left. Ctrl S. So it's not here. Okay, so we want to give it a padding, and this thing. Since it's inside this div, we can give it a margin. Actually, yeah. Can we give? Let's give it a padding. That's padding top and padding, padding top and padding left. Padding top and padding left. So that will be enter. Padding. Sorry. PADDING. Padding left. We'll give it CSRAM. I love making use of RAM for some reasons. And enter. Let's give it padding top. Let's give it another. Give it CSRAM also. And see how it looks. Ctrl S. So okay. But why is it destroying my shape? It's altering my box shadow. Let's make this one a comment and see if you see this one is happening. Okay, so since it's not working with padding, let's try margin. Let's enter margin dot CSRAM. Okay, margin is basically separates this from this, like joins them. So we can give it margin. So what are we going to do here, bro? I think I'm going to stop here. Let's see what we can do here. There's the hero section. Okay. What if we remove this from the hero section? Like, remove this thing totally from the hero section, like bring the hero section out of it. So Ctrl X. Let's see what we can do here. So the hero section, we Ctrl V here. Okay, Ctrl S, and let's see what happens. Okay. So we can now give it position. Okay, let's keep track position. Absolute. Let's see what's happening. Let's put in out our story we wanted to copy there before. Padding left. Let's see what's going on there on the left. So the left is padding already, but we need to place it within on top of. Okay. So text align left, no. Position. So let's give display flex. Not flex just make things easy for me, I don't know. So align item center, enter, justify content, center, Ctrl S. Let's see what's going on here. What's going on? I want to break you here. We want to break you here. Okay. Excuse me. Position. Let's make it relative. Okay. What's going on with that code now? It's not easy. Just trying a project, like without even knowing what to do next. Just trying. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. So let's put it back. Now we Ctrl X. Ctrl X. Ctrl V.
So let's add this text align here. Control C, Control D, Control D. Oh, text align, make it center. Okay. Okay. Control C. No, I think padding is within, so let's add padding. 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 Top. Let's make it 30 pixels. Let's see what happens. What's actually going with our code? I think it's overwriting something here. So I think our header section, that will be our padding. Okay. Let's make here margin button. Let's get the margin. Then give it margin button of 2 rand. So it's not okay. Add our padding. Let's make this our padding here. 60. This. Don't overwrite it again. Okay. So let's make it work right now. Let's see what will happen. Let's give it 80. Let's give it 90 pieces. It's coming down. Okay. So let's make it work right now. Let me just give it 6 rounds. So I'll give it 10 rand. Okay, so it's not here. So let's take it to the left now. So text align, make it left. Make it left. Which is okay. So let's give the padding from left to, let's make our padding from left. That'll be here. Then enter padding left. Should be, let's make it 5 rand. Okay, so it's here now. So we want to we have done the basic things we need to do now. So it's like to expand this text and just put in some fancy stuff just to expand this text. So in doing that, go back to our code, copy this text, copy dot text, Ctrl C, enter, paste it, Ctrl V, then First thing we're going to start here, let's start with H1 tag. So just write H1, then create it. Okay, then we want to give it a font weight. Let's give it 600 and see how it is. Let's give it a color also. So color, sorry, not color, yeah, color. Let's make our color white. Ctrl S. So let's check it. So here 600 is too small. Let's make it then make it 900 and something big. Something bigger.
Increase your weight, my friend. Come on. 1000. Represent 1000. So let's increase. Okay. Let me use swim so that you see how stupid you are. Look at this. Okay, that's the way. Okay, sorry. Let me give it 600 back. Sorry for that. Let's give it 600. Then font size. Let's give it large. See how it is. It's not large enough. So let's maybe 70 pixels. 100s. We're going somewhere. Education for all. 70 pixels is too much, so let's reduce pixels. Let's give it 60. Okay, so 60. Ctrl S. Okay, so I think it's now green. So let's type readers and leaders. So just go back to our code. Copy this place here. Ctrl C. Okay, then enter. Ctrl V. Instead of H1, I will make it. I think that the next one should be H2. Okay, H3. So now make it H3. Okay, let's just copy this here. Thank you. C. Ctrl V. The weight is okay. Let's change this to 30 and change the color. Let's change the color to that blue color. So we'll just color this color here. Ctrl C. Remove the color from here. This white color. Just Ctrl V it. Ctrl S. So if you go back now, so we have something like this. Okay. I think the padding between them are okay, but if you don't want, you can change the padding also. Like decrease the padding between the two of them. But I think it's okay here. Okay, so let's try and add. So let's add padding. Take this padding. Let's add padding top. Padding top minus 4 pixels. Let's see how it goes. So it just decrease 4. So here now let's style this our text here. Which color should we give it? I think the black is okay. Black is okay. So I think it's okay. We can just increase the width of the black there. So we'll just copy here. Here. Copy here, Ctrl C.
just here now, enter paste, Ctrl V, then change it from H1 to P. Then open, just add this font weight here, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, then enter. I think we should reduce this font weight to something like 300, okay. B 300. Good. Then here make it 200, and add color. Then the color, let's give it black. Pure black. Yes. Okay. So, so it's not that visible. Let me use it to 600 again. So you will see 600. Maybe use 600 also. 600 also. I think it to be bold and big. Okay. So I think this one is too harsh. Not something that's supposed to be too harsh. So let's style it also. Okay. Let's give it 300. Let this one be okay. That 200 was okay. 200 is okay. Okay, so 200 is okay. Okay. So now I want to add our social links here. For the social links now, then what I do. You can see I'm just enjoying the feel of this as it's hovering and changing with the after effects. Okay, everything is in place. My box shadow, my spacing. Okay, it wasn't easy, but at least we did it. Okay, so to add this our social link now, we just come here. Let's add it inside this section. Okay, so let's add it in the section. So that will be create a div for it. That will be social link. Okay, and inside this our link, we don't need a list tag. What we need just anchor tag. So just give it an anchor tag. That will be, just give it A. We want it to be 3, so that will be A times 3. Then click enter. Okay. Enter. So here we just add a bunch of hash. So to do, just click here, hold down Alt, click in the next one, then you just press hash, and it will automatically be applied in 3 of them. So the first one, we want to add an image. We're supposed to be using angle tag. Let's do the angle tag because we don't want it to have. We don't need the link now that you can click, so we just leave it and just add the image. So that will be img times 3 enter. So we enter. I don't need this alternate, is alt here. So just okay. Do the same thing here. Just move it along. Then inside this source, then we add our link. So here now we give it an image name. Okay, so that will be image. Let's make the first one the Facebook one. That will be image slash facebook.png. Then the second will be image slash IG. That's for Instagram. The next one will be image slash Twitter. So Ctrl X. So we've created here now our social link. So just copy this social link and we are going to style it in a bit. So just copy Ctrl C. Then here, enter. Since it was a class, so that will be dot Ctrl V. Now I want to start the image of it. Let's add img. Okay. So what we're going to write here, first one we're going to write here, we're going to give it a padding top. So that will be padding top. Sorry, not left, top. Padding top. With a padding top of, let's use rem, and the 10 rem. Okay. Enter. Then give it a height. Give the height of 13 pixels. Enter. Then we'll give it a margin of 20 pixels. That will be margin. Maybe 20 pixels. Then wait for it to have a cursor, and if you move the cursor over it, it will turn to a pointer. So give it cursor, give it pointer. Okay. Then now we have styled this one also. The next thing to style now is to style the social link on this one. That will be dot Ctrl V. Open the bracket. Then give it text align. Text align. Give it center. And top. Then give it margin. Like this. Margin. Dot. 24. Okay. Where's our social icon? Wow. Okay. I know. No, this is session on our hero session. Okay. So let's reduce some stuff here. Okay. This is margin top. Margin top. Then margin top of 5 frames. Ctrl S. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. Really? I still want to give a space between these two groups to the text and others. So let's give it. Let's give it 10. Ctrl S. Let's see what will happen. Okay. What I want to go. So let's give it something like 8. So let's give it 8. Ctrl S. So I love RAM. That's just what I love. Okay. So it's now. I think the background is too. Where is my background? Then I give it the height. 80 VH. Let's make it 100 VH. 100 X. Okay. Okay. So it's pretty now. So you can see it's pretty. So it's how to start a landing page of a website. A simple landing page. It wasn't simple, sure, because it has some awesome features and the color are all good and nice. The alignments, the social icons, they're all. As you hover over it, you can see it's changing. So over the link, it changes also. So that's how to create a cute looking website landing page. So thank you for watching and see you in the next video, and comment on what next you want for us to talk about. You can give us a project. Just bring out any project you have that you want for us to work on, or any code you have. And also check down the link below the video to find our links to our Discord channel, our Twitter page and others, where we do more of coding stuff. Like you could send your project in, we help you debug your code, help you. We have a community of people working together just to be better. So you can just join us and have fun. See you next time.